Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Pocket Edition. Today I'm joined by our special guest in Joe Chip. Welcome, Joe Chip. How are you today?
Well, I'm fine, thank you very much. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. And of course, the ever-salty Count Fracula is back again.
Ah, kill me!
Yeah, that sounds about right. The topic of today, though, is the Nintendo Switch Online service. And we're just giving you our general thoughts and opinions on it, nothing in particular. What do you think? What are your feelings towards the online service? Is it, thank God it's finally here? Is it overpriced? Are you looking forward to getting those 20 bundled in SNES and NES games? What are your feelings towards the service?
Very underwhelming.
Very underwhelming, okay. Is this in comparison to Xbox and PlayStation's online services? Like Games with Gold, PSN Plus? Is it pricing? Is it features that come with the service? Why is it underwhelming?
Well, I mean, personally, I think the pricing is fairly reasonable. There's nothing wrong with the pricing per se.
Which is, we have on hand, 1 month is $3.99, 3 months is $7.99, and 12 months is $19.99. Now that's pretty damn good, because for me here down under, obviously those prices are all slightly inflated again, but it cost me about $70 for an Xbox Live membership for a year. So $19.99 for 12 months it's pretty good. I think it's very reasonable.
Yeah, it's
if
not
we
bad.
Have to pay for another online service.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have to pay for it, then those prices aren't bad at all. And if you look at there's a yearly price as well, family price as well.
I do quite like the family price. I'll give them that. That is quite a good thing.
From my understanding, that family price is basically you can have multiple accounts hook up to the one membership.
8 accounts across multiple switches.
There you go. That's awesome. Why not?
Yes. So that's not bad at all. The only when it starts to look less impressive is when you actually look at the features of the service. And you know, if you look at the £34 a year, that's not that far short of what you're paying for Xbox or PlayStation, and it's kind of comparable in terms of what you know the services. Except for, like I say,
yeah.
If you look at what Switch are offering, then there's a few things that stick out as being rather less than what you're getting from the competitors. Specifically, obviously, the voice app thing and things like streaming, that kind of stuff, which are offered within the opposition services, which are not getting those in with the Switch. And you're not, as far as I can see, getting game share, which you do get with the Xbox and the PlayStation. You know, in other words, you can buy one digital copy of a game, and then, for instance, my kid can go upstairs and be playing it. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think they've not said anything, but I think they would have said if they were offering that, because it's a big deal if they were offering that.
Yeah, so it is a little bit bare bones in terms of what they're offering. I mean, from my kind of point of view, the only real benefit of having this obviously serves as one, you get to play online, but the SNES games, like that's cool. Why not? You get that bundled in with your membership, and the membership's already quite reasonable, but that's nothing new. Like the games are already available with online play as is. For those of you that don't know, Nintendo recently has been updating a lot of their original library, being the NES and SNES games, to have online support, so you can play Mario SNES online with real people rather than just bots now. So that's cool, but that's not something that has just come to fruition with the release of this online service in September later this year.
And at this stage, they're not offering SNES, N64, GameCube, or Wii, within this. Now, yes. I'm hoping that's going to change over time, because they've also announced that they're not going to be having the Virtual Console. So it looks like this is going to be a replacement for the Virtual Console.
Well, you know what's going to happen, right? Previous iterations of the Virtual Console, I believe, being on the Wii and the Wii U, you could transfer your Virtual Console library forward, right? For a one-time fee, I think it was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. So take that with a pinch of salt. I believe that's correct. I heard some very knowledgeable people within the industry say that, so I'm going off what they've said about it. And obviously it was dependent on whether or not those games had been released on that newer system, but you could keep kind of sliding those new games forward, right? But to me, it kind of sounds like there's no Virtual Console because, well, they want to double dip you again. They're going to re-release them again on the Switch. with whatever new packet or feature they want, and they're going to double dip you.
I've always felt that if a company's going to do something like that, then they should at least give a discount to people who are getting it on the new console. You know, if you've already bought it on 3 consoles prior to that, or however many, then you should at least be offered some sort of discount if you can show proof of purchase. And if you're getting these on the virtual console, then obviously you can show proof of purchase.
It's nothing new for Nintendo in terms of them double dipping us digitally, but they've been quite good with compatibility with old systems and getting your discs and all that kind of crap running on newer systems. So in that sense, they've been really good.
Some of that is down to the fact that the fans that are going to be buying these things will keep buying, and to some extent it's their own fault because people keep going and buying these things over and over and over again. I'm in two minds about this, and I do think it's going to be a replacement for the Virtual Console. But I actually think if you look at the price, if the price stays at where it is at the moment, then I actually think this is one of the positives of the service. And I think if they did start adding in SNES, N64 and the rest of it into the service, then it's going to start looking even better value for money.
Could I point out, though, bear in mind Nintendo's track record with the Virtual Console.
Well, that was going to be my next point.
Do you really think they're going to have the proper, the actual games coming to it, considering they release stuff on the Virtual Console in dribs and drabs? Basically nothing, 2 games a week. They've got a massive catalogue. They can release at least 10 a week and keep it going for a long time.
I absolutely agree.
You think they'd be like, all right, let's just keep pumping them out to incentivize people to subscribe to the service and give the people that aren't subscribed to the service the option to actually buy these titles that we've re-released. You think that would be enough of an incentive. I mean, look at Microsoft with the backwards compatibility program. And it doesn't fucking cost you anything. All you have to have is the original disc. So it's like free love. Nintendo has an opportunity to make money, and you're probably right, Count. It's going to be like a snail pace. It's ridiculous.
And look at Game Pass as well, guys. I mean, if you look at something like Game Pass, then you can subscribe to it, but you can also buy those games if you want to, leave the service, and then you get a discount as well.
Yeah, and a discounted price.
Nintendo, Sony and Microsoft are both way ahead of Nintendo when it comes to this. And people are saying, oh, well, they're only just getting into it. Well, yeah, but the fact of the matter is that they could look at what Sony and Microsoft are offering and they could go, okay, what are the good bits about that and what are the bad bits about that? And we'll take out the crap and leave the good. And that's not what they've done at all, actually. It's a piecemeal service that looks like they are going to do exactly what Count said. They're going to drip feed us.
Hopefully they don't. I mean, hopefully it's the more optimistic route.
I hope they don't, because they have some of the best, one of the best libraries of games in the world. And a lot of people have been going, you could basically make a, quote, Netflix for games out of this, which
joke.
They could.
Yeah.
And that would be amazing, but it's Nintendo.
Yeah. The best solution to me is, incentivize people to buy into your online service by, like I said, if you buy in as, like an Xbox Live Gold or PSN Plus, they will give you these games every, maybe one a month or something like that. Incentivize people to join your freaking subscription service. Not just you have to have this and you get a one-off 20 bunch of games and you then get to play online with your friends. Great, thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine it if they'd have announced this and they'd have said, okay, we're going to give you 10 SNES games, 10 N64 games, a couple of GameCube games and a couple of Wii games from the off. Can you imagine? It would have been party time. Yeah. Everyone would have been going, you've got to buy this.
I don't know about you guys, but to me, as much as I like my Switch and the system, it does feel like much more of a walled off garden compared to previous systems. This system, to the best of my knowledge, is not backwards compatible with anything, unlike previous systems. It's all going to be reliant on digital distribution, and obviously Nintendo double dipping us again.
Pretty much, yeah, because the only things it could be backwards compatible with are disc-based rather than cartridge-based.
Yeah. So, that to me is a sign that their new digital world could be very similar to what we're seeing now with the physical. It's all kind of been cut off and they're going to utilize their back catalogue to, again, double dip us. Something else I wanted to talk about, which I was hoping would be resolved by now because it's fucking ridiculous, is that you need an external app to voice chat on your phone to party chat. What? Are you serious? You want me to pay for this? You want me to pay for this and there's no inbuilt voice chat system?
I'm actually not sure that they can solve it. I'm not sure that
Why?
unless they have a hardware revision, they're going to be able to solve it, because I don't know as that they've got the capability on board with the actual Switch itself. I mean, I might be wrong, but
Does it have a headphone slot?
It's got a jack. It's got a 3mm jack? It's got a headphone jack.
it's got a jack.
Yeah.
But whether it's got the capability to take a mic,
Jacks don't necessarily automatically
Exactly,
have
yeah.
microphone
But
support.
why? How much could that have cost
Because they're
to...
idiots and they're Nintendo and they
What?
want to be different.
I mean, they haven't even pulled an Apple and released an external accessory saying plug this in and then you can voice chat, you know?
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
but I just don't think they've really thought this one through.
We know that Nintendo have always been like behind in terms of online environments, like in terms of just straight up gaming. They've always been behind in online environments. So I don't know, maybe they just don't value online play as much as the competition, or maybe the idea of having the app on your phone was, one, a cost saving thing, and two, they maybe wanted to keep young kids off the online chat services, thinking, well, young kids won't have phones, so they won't be able to get on and talk to creepy weirdos. I don't know. You know what I mean? Do you know where I'm going? Like, it's just
maybe.
some kind of natural age barrier that they just put in to protect kids. I just don't know. Maybe their demographic just says the majority are just young kids and they probably aren't interested in chatting to people online.
My experience though is that most of the young kids that I know, like my boys' friends, they're not playing Switch. They're playing, a lot of the market for the Switch. There is a kids market for it, but a lot of the market for the Switch are sort of 20-somethings, 30-somethings. You know?
Now they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's stuck with them.
It's the people who grew up with Nintendo. My kid's more interested in playing, Fortnite, frankly,
Jesus.
than he is playing any sort of Nintendo game. He's not at all interested in Mario. Now, I know a couple of kids who are, but they're the minority. They're not the majority. If you look at the kids in his playground, 8-year-olds, and all they talk about is, Fortnite. So I'm just not sure that Nintendo are... I'm not sure they know their market. I'm not sure that it is the kids' market.
The market itself, if you're right, like, let's just say the bulk of their market is, 18 to 35-year-olds. For the products that they have, it's just weird. Like, Nintendo's being weird, the market's weird for them, it's all weird.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be a system that would sell... It'd light kids' eyes up, I don't know. It's just it's all weird.
The whole thing's gone.
It's weird because Nintendo had a year of being moderately sane and now they've reverted to type.
Well, I don't think this online subscription isn't sane. It's just boring. It's just, here's our online service.
It doesn't do enough.
No,
what does it
doesn't
provide that makes it worth the
But
money?
at the same time, it's a fraction of the cost of the other two,
Save game backups. That's what makes it worth the money.
Let's talk about that then. The
Yay!
elephant in the room. All right, if you thought we were shitting on Nintendo before, here we go.
The thing is, you can't back up cloud saves like on the other consoles without paying for the online service.
Not to the cloud, but you can back them up to a USB.
No, but you can back them up. That's the problem.
Anyway, the point stands that both systems have cloud save storage option. PlayStation doesn't. I don't believe PlayStation does, but you can back your saves up to USB for free.
PlayStation does have cloud saves as well, but you...
Oh, it does? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And
but
you have a free option too.
It's behind the paid service, but you can do it for free onto a USB stick. You can back the whole bloody system up onto a hard drive, for crying out loud.
Exactly. I remember on my back in the day on my 360, I could put my entire account and saves on a USB and plug it into someone else's console, and bang, my account's just there with all my saves.
Yeah.
The issue is with the Switch is it's like, come on, Nintendo, just throw a little bit of generosity in. Like, it should have been there from the get-go and it should have been free. It shouldn't be paywalled because your system has piss poor storage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, are you serious? Just chuck us a bone. Let us back our fucking saves up to the cloud for free. Like, why do we have to wait till September for that as well? Especially a portable system where your saves are on that system. The chances of that system being damaged in comparison to other systems is extremely high. And I can't back my saves up at ease.
Yeah, because it's a thing you take around.
Exactly.
Like,
so
also, what if it gets stolen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Goodbye.
infinitely more stealable.
It's great that they're having the cloud storage option, absolutely. but I just really feel like it's something they could have offered for free. And that's for all of them as well. That's Xbox
but
too.
People could steal the data. We can't just do it.
I don't know.
That's the whole reason you can't just back up a save on an SD card, is because they think like it's for protection purposes.
Well, yeah, but fuck's sake, sort out your bloody security then. You know?
Yeah.
There's ways and
Especially
means to
Sony.
stop that happening. I'm sorry, but this really pisses me off with Nintendo. They just need to sort that out. There's no reason why they can't let you back up your saves in some way without having to worry about the fact that you're going to lose everything. One of the reasons I haven't played a lot of Nintendo is because I'm thinking, like, I'm going on holiday. If someone nicks me bloody console, that's it. It's gone.
Yeah.
Everything.
The thing is, this is a feature that was on the 3DS. You can back up a save file on that.
Well, just let you
On the
plug a
3DS
bloody
for
USB stick
free.
into it, for crying out loud. Sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, it's not rocket science. I mean, my whole gripe is the point that the system is a portable system, so it's highly prone to damage compared to the other two, and you can't back it up without paying for it. And the system has piss poor storage to begin with, so you put 2 games on there, you've got no room for
The default
saves.
storage size is 32 gig,
Exactly.
isn't
I know save files are small, but you don't want to be... If you're a serious gamer who games on the Switch and you're playing, multiple games a month, your saves are still going to add up. It's all going to add up.
Especially when you start buying DLC and stuff, it fills up your space. You're not going to, the storage on the actual Switch is so small, it's ridiculous.
Just a singular
it?
option.
Yeah, 32 gigabytes is not a lot of space, and I get that because they're going for the cartridges again, they're going for physical media. I do get that, but games aren't small nowadays.
Well, they all have day one patches as well,
I know.
Yeah.
It's like 2016 Doom that got released on the Switch. If you bought that and you downloaded the base game and the online, for like the online stuff, if you downloaded all of that and you got it through the eStore, that wouldn't fit on the Switch, just without an SD card in it.
Yeah, same with, was it 2K18 or whatever it was? The basketball game or whatever it was too big for it as well, apparently.
Oh, NBA,
NBA
yeah.
2K, yeah.
So they've already sort of run up with... So yeah, there's a lot of revisions that they could make for this in the future. Like, for one, there's a big hardware exploit that they need to get rid of in future versions that we talked about.
Nintendo's got work to do.
Yeah, there's that. So there's the storage capacity. There's the ability to fucking back things up. There's a lot of things they could...
You know what's going to happen? Switch Pro.
Ah, fuck off.
They did it with the 3DS.
Pro, I'm gonna be pissed
They
off.
did it with the 3DS. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's wrap it up. Any final thoughts before we move on to our new segment of the show?
I'm just going to do one quick thing. I'm going to just run through the things they've got on their site, and it's a big, massive red, and there's 5 sections, and it says online play, Nintendo Entertainment System, Save Data Cloud, dedicated app for your smartphone, like that's a positive.
Voice chat.
Yeah.
And exclusive offers for members, though they've not really detailed that in any particular...
They just, as I said, there's going to be offers. It's like 5% off a game or something stupid.
I think if you break it down into those areas, you can see that it's pretty lackluster in many respects. And the only thing that saves it from real criticism is the price. Exactly.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be a justification for having a not very good service. Also, quick note, on the save data cloud, for some reason that's written like that, which is not grammatically correct in any way. Please note, not compatible with all software.
Yes, that's another point as well.
Great.
Yeah, that's going to be, they reckon it's going to be on a per publisher basis, don't they? And it's going to be up to whether they implement it or not. Thanks for that, Nintendo. Why not just make it a requirement?
Thanks a fucking fuck.
Jesus Christ. I'm so... Oh, here I go again.
Mm-hmm. We all agree with you, Joe.
My wrap up, Nintendo had a year of being sensible and now they've reverted to type.
Moving on though, we have a little game for you guys, which I'm going to coin, off the top of my head, Quick Draw. But basically what we're going to do here is I provided Joe and Count with 3 sound files. The first one to guess what that sound is will basically get a point. So it's a best of 3 scenario. So when I say go, you'll listen to your first sound clip, and the first person in, which is why it's called quick draw, gets that point or the win for that sound clip. So it's a best of 3. Whoever comes out on top gets a point, and we're just gonna kind of tally this up as the episodes kind of carry on.
So that's going to be a bit of a pisser for people who like don't come on very
Tough
often.
titties, get on the fucking podcast. Don't want to hear it. So, get ready, listeners. When I say go, listen to your first clip, and the first one in, fire away. If you're incorrect on your guess, then it'll default to whoever is next to have a punt at what they think it is, and then we'll move on. 1, 2, 3, play your next clip, or your first clip.
PS2 log on screen.
Yes, it was, Count. You are correct.
I had no chance
Fuck
on
yes.
that one.
Quick
Didn't
draw.
have a PS2.
Bang.
I had a PS2. My dad bought me a silver one, like as one of the special silver ones, and he went proper sort of thrifting around both, because it was when Game and Game Station were separate, and he was bartering with both of them to get a cheaper price.
Those were
He
the
was
days.
good at that kind of shit.
That was an easy one
Anyway.
off the bat, except for Joe, obviously. It's kind of one of those iconic sounds you should know, Joe. Like, I didn't give you
I
the
should.
PS1 one, so
Gonna
I
say,
thought that'd be
jeez.
I
too
should.
easy.
I probably have heard it back in the day because I'd
And you
make
call yourself a
PS.
video game critic. God.
Do I? Is that what I called myself?
Anyway, are we ready for sound 2? On the count of 3,
Yes.
open up sound 2. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh shit! I know that one.
Ooh,
Oh, bloody hell.
Count might be lost on this one.
I'm guessing Halo then.
That is
Ooh,
Halo.
I need something more specific than that. What is the sound? If we don't get the sound, I'm going to give it to Count because he got Halo first, technically.
Yeah, he did. He got in there first.
I'll give you 10 seconds.
Is it when you're waiting for your energy to go up?
Yes.
You've been shot.
Joe got it.
fuck.
That's the shield recharge sound for the Master Chief.
I thought it'd been like a
Bingo.
railgun warming up or something.
Jesus Christ, man. Go play Halo.
No, fuck off. I have it downstairs, but fuck off.
Alright, so very good. Alright, ready for the... is it a tiebreaker? It's a tiebreaker. Alright, you ready for the
Yes.
tiebreaker? 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know this one at all. It's 2 minutes long, by the way.
Oh, you should know it pretty early on if you're going to know it.
Yeah, no, I recognise it, but I have no clue.
Oh, come on, guys. We just had a whole episode dedicated to the owner of that IP.
Oh, fuck off.
What's that?
It sounds like it...
Go on.
I don't know. It sounds like it... I know it's not, because I know it I know everything in that series, but it sounds like something to do with Pokemon, even though I know it's not.
Like a little Pokemon chain. Listen to the start again. Go back and both of you listen to the start. That should give it away.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to give you one clue, and the first person to get in gets it.
Okay.
If I'm going to pronounce it right. Hyrule.
Well, obviously it was something to do with Zelda.
There you go. That's it.
Oh.
That's what you had to give me.
What, is that the theme to the original Zelda, or one of the Zelda games?
Yes. Yeah. It's a Zelda theme. The Zelda main theme.
I needed to phone a friend on that one.
On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Count, you are the winner of this week. Congratulations, you get a point.
Yay!
I
Joe,
was
better
robbed.
luck next time, mate.
Put in some PC stuff. Give me the
I'll put
Doom
some
I
PC
feel
stuff
like
in
happy
something.
that I won, but I don't know why I won or what the point was.
The point is, at least we're laughing. That's good enough for me.
Yes, okay.
All right, let's wrap it up. So everybody, as usual, thanks for listening. As usual, please remember to leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. As well, join us on Discord. We have quite a nice little Discord community emerging where you can find a lot of fellow gamers and a lot of banter as well. A lot of just people that are passionate about commenting on the industry. So you can find a link to that down below in the comments. And of course, if you've liked Joe or account, Fracula. You can find their channel links down below in the description box as well. And as always, we'll see you in the next episode of Pocket Edition, where we'll probably, hopefully, have another game of Quick Draw. Adios.